Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMtrading. Today is February 16, 2021, and today is Tuesday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, Bitcoin remaining strong, just shy of 50,000. Question is, will it break? Now, looking at the economic events of the day, nothing major scheduled for today. But as we look at the major currencies, we're watching the dollar slightly gain versus the major pairs. And as it stands in terms of the indices, the Nikkei breaks 30,000 for the first time, very strong on record highs. Now on commodities, oil tapering off while gold pretty much unchanged, and still Microsoft and JP Morgan on its highs. Now let's see if they're going to break out higher today. Now lastly, looking at Bitcoin, the big question is, will it break 50,000? So we're going to answer that and other questions. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So we're going to first take a look at the Aussie USD, and this is across the board. We saw the dollar gaining versus the major pairs, hitting that very special 30-day moving average. Now that's very important as we see that it's hitting it and bouncing off of it. So I expect most of the major pairs to do that, meaning to jump off of their major average. Now looking at the GBP, didn't even get close to its 30-day moving average, just on a 30-minute chart, got a little bit closer than the Aussie USD, but you could still see that it's pretty strong at 139.31 right now, just 20 pips off of its all-time highs for the year. Okay, all-time highs, I mean for the year, not for historic highs. Now looking at the weekly, that's how far we got to go back. Okay, we've mentioned this several times, and 140 is a resistance-ish level, so I do expect that to continue challenging that area. We may see a consolidation in this upper area as we go into today's trading. Now jumping into gold, nothing doing. Okay, trading between 1826 and 1820ish level, really a very tight range. And looking at oil, tapering off a little bit, okay, off of its all-time highs, but I do expect continued growth here. Now the US is in the midst of a massive freeze for vortex in mid-United States, which is really unheard of. Areas that never get snow and freezing rain are now experiencing tremendous freeze. So I do expect some further consumption of oil as this is being pushed up higher. Now looking at the major indices, the Nikkei is really the one that took us higher yesterday to 30,665. Once it broke that 30,000, you could see, boom. Now, we don't always watch this, okay? But at certain points, you've got to see which is the leader. And right now, it was the Nikkei. Now, that's drawing up the Dow Jones to all-time highs to 31,600-ish level, even before the market even wakes up. Now, looking at the Nasdaq, also 13,875. I mean, I can't emphasize this enough. I mean, the markets are very strong. Now, we can answer why the markets are very strong, despite the fact that we're in a recessionary environment right now. But let's leave that for another section. But looking at it right now, we're really hovering at all-time highs. So I wouldn't look to short this at all, okay? Short sell this. I would look for a pullback. I would look for the stocks to see if there are any continuation later today when the U.S. markets open. Now, as mentioned yesterday, JP Morgan is sitting on its highs at 141, and so is Microsoft sitting at that 244 level. Now, if this explodes on the upside, I do expect it to continue breaking higher. Now, lastly, looking at Bitcoin, okay, this is really a very important element. Every time we hit this 49,500, which we hit yesterday, we recede, okay? But at a certain point, I think we're going to break above it, okay? We're about 600 points away from that. So altogether, that's, a fraction of a point for something that is trading at 50,000. So looking at the daily again, we want to see this break above 50,000. Once it breaks 50,000, I expect it to explode further, okay? Now remember, this is just when everybody is just disseminating the news that Bitcoin is going to be accepted as payment for MasterCard, PayPal, and also Teslas. And it's just a matter of time as to when the rest of the market actually absorbs the currency into a prevalent currency. Okay, so when I'm talking about prevalent currency, I'm talking about actually day-to-day transaction in Bitcoin. And it's, at a certain point, like I said yesterday, I do expect it to consolidate and to be a little bit more conservative and not these wild moves going from 29,000 or from 12,000 rather, okay, since the beginning of October up to 50,000. Okay, so that's something to consider as we go into the year. and moving forward. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.